Little Durk. So Little Durk did an interview with DJ Academics that's about to drop soon. He spoke on the YSL Rico and how he feels about Gunna telling, whether or not he thinks Gunna told. This was his response to DJ Academics' question. A lot of people was confused by the way he was speaking, and they started bringing up multiple things like him being in 6ix9ine's DM the other day, the ultimate rat. In another clip from Off the Record podcast, he was talking about how he despises rat, and said the reason why he hates rats so much is because they are the ones who was responsible for his dad going down and doing all that time back in the day. He did about 20 years, Little Durk's dad. So this is what he said in response to DJ Academics asking him about the YSL Rico and Gunna telling on YoungThug.
Do you believe that Gunna told?
That man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told. If you should have went in there and kept your mouth closed.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was saying.
So that was Little Durk's response, speaking on the YSL situation and how Gunna told. But a lot of people is confused by the way he's speaking, and they are most confused about the 2019 Veracity situation where Little Durk beat about 7 charges, where Little Durk ended up beating about 7 charges. A lot of people believe that he did tell on King Von. He told on King Von, and there is a lot of confusion around this. Some people say that there is no paperwork proving Little Durk told on King Von in the Veracity situation. There's no paperwork proving that he did tell. He did not take a plea deal. There's a whole set of confusion, but this is the thing. Even if Little Durk did not physically tell them stuff about King Von, giving them the evidence that they needed in order to put out the statement saying that if King Von was alive, he would have been down for the situation, he let the lawyers do his dirty work for him. This is exactly what this woman did, his lawyer. This is exactly what she done. She convinced the court that because of King Von's history, what happened that day is because of King Von. Used this past life in the courthouse, and she convinced them, and this is not being done without evidence. There is definitely evidence that came into play, and I believe they used King Von's music that Little Durk was aware of to prove that he is the one who did it on that day. There is definitely evidence that comes in when it comes to this statement that the DA made, and because multiple charges were dropped from Little Durk, including the gun charges, this is where the deal comes in. It becomes sealed, and the lawyer said she wants him to put it behind him and all this stuff, right? So someone told that led all these people agreeing to, if King Von was here, he would have been charged with this situation and not Little Durk. Whether it's his past life they used to convince the judge and all these people and all these different things, it's all written down. What's in the dark will come to light. There is still a lot of unanswered questions. They told on King Von, then they cover it up behind the scenes. All this stuff is being sealed. For time, people couldn't even find an update of when the motions and all these different things begins. Everything was sealed off from the public while this case was going on.
This court heard testimony that Mr. Banks and Mr. Bennett are active shooters on that scene. Mr. Banks there with the gun, Mr. Bennett there with the gun, and then instead of pulling off, Mr. Banks pulls forward, extends his arm out the driver's side window of that car and fires multiple rounds.
So the other day, fans had to call out DJ Academics because he made a post to his IG story, and in that post fans realized that he posted up the same place Little Pab, Quando Rondo's homie, that situation happened with him, and he was playing Little Durk's music. DJ Academics responded denying everything, saying that he don't care about no million years beef, and he don't care about all these rappers and all this stuff, and all YB cares about is himself, and look how YB did him, all this stuff he's saying. He's there, he's doing a podcast, he's on work. Like, the fans caught him out and stuff and realized that he's switching side, and now he's playing a very dangerous game, posting up where Little Pab is and stuff. Now he's releasing this interview with Little Durk and Gunna telling all these different things, right? And he's gonna ask Little Durk a bunch of questions. People are also even mentioning DJ Academics' body language in this interview with Little Durk, how he's acting extra humble and extra calm and stuff. It's all interesting. Then he's posting where Little Pab is, all this stuff. It's interesting.